Always the biggest names on CBS Sports in the combat game. None bigger than this guy, the Predator, Francis Ngannou. You got a lot of titles these days beyond just UFC heavyweight. You're a global brand ambassador. You're a philanthropist, but you'll also send any man who steps in the cage with you to the deep, dark depths. Francis, pleasure, as always. How are things going during this quarantine?
Things are going really good, Brian. There's more to be grateful about than to complain right now. So we just appreciate what we get compared to what many people are going through. So I'm grateful and happy for me and for my family.
Haven't seen you since May. Want to see you back. What is your timeline looking like? Because it's title or nothing, it seems, at this point for you.
Yes, it's very complicated right now. After even before May fight, I was expecting a title fight, and then they told me that they have to do the trilogy between Stipe and DC, and the day wasn't set yet, and I was almost 1 year away without fighting, so they gave me the fight against Jairzinho Rosenstruck. Then I took the fight, So, basically that was just to stay active, and while waiting when Stipe and DC will get this trilogy thing done. But since August they have done that, and then there is a lot of issues. I was expecting that I can fight maybe in December or something, but it appeared that Stipe is not fighting until March. I mean, that's what they tell me. So that's me, and they told me this 1 month and a half ago. So yeah, the only thing that I have to do is to wait until March for a fight.
All right, how frustrating is this? Because you're at the top of your game. You reloaded after tasting defeat, and you're on this run of 4 straight knockouts against big-name opponents. That is among the most destructive set of victories we've ever seen in UFC history. You know that you're championship quality right now. How hard is this to just kind of stay ready?
It's very hard. I'm in some position which is very complicated, because not only I'm in the position to defend the title, but I'm on my technically I'm in my prime age, and then wasting time being out without good reason, time that I should be fighting, being here waiting. I mean, it's kind of like frustrating. Also, we have to make keep going to something to motivate us. We have to make money. We have to do anything while fighting. So when you don't fight, sometimes you wake up, it's really hard to go to the gym, to training, because you need that motivation. You're like, okay, I'm training, but for what? When will be the fight? I don't know. When this, I don't know. What this, I don't know. You don't have idea. You don't have clue about anything. Then it's kind of tough to find the motivation. You really have to really find some sort of deep motivation to move your ass.
Well, it seems like you deserve nothing but the best, the title shot. When there was teasing that John Jones could parachute into the division, maybe steal your spot, what were you thinking during that?
I thought I deserved the title shot, and I thought the UFC would have do the right choice, which is what they did, because they went out publicly and say I'm gonna fight I'm next for the title. But this is a big roster, and if team was like active, if things were moving on, it wouldn't be an issue. I mean, many divisions have a title defense at least 3 times or 4 times a year. You know, we are talking about a division right here who has been doing like 1 year title defense. So he give a lot of complicated position for contenders, and then they get lined up, and not really move for the last set. You know, I think if it was something like after 3 months or 4 months, 3 or 4 times a year, everybody would have fight for the title, and there would still be a title. You know, it's never over. There is not a limited amount of title defense that has to be set. You know, it just has to be keep going. You know, I think what they should do is just find a way to make the heavyweight division move on again, because like right now it's kind of like he's
stuck.
drowning.
Yeah, it's not moving. It's stuck. Look, would you be into the idea of an interim title fight?
I was interested in that idea for my last fight, because I was on 3 fight win straight first round, and you know, and by the way, in the same card that I fought, Justin Gaethje fought for the interim title, and he was in the same spot as me, and in the division, lightweight division, who moved really well. You know, then we thought we should have an interim title, so he would have kept the division going, and the UFC they said no for that. And if the interim title was lined up on that fight, I think by now I wouldn't be stuck here in being non-active. We would have there would have been something for me right now.
Look, we mentioned the hot streak that you're on. You're a completely different fighter, it seems, from the guy who fought Stipe the first time around. What's the main reason for that? What did you change that has allowed you to become even more dominant than the guy who really I thought scored the best knockout I've ever seen against Alistair Overeem? You're somehow more dominant than that guy right now. What changed?
You know, after the Stipe fight, I realized a lot of things. I took a step back, and then trying to look at that fight and see what was all the mistake, you know, and see everything that I did wrong. And also I learned, I understood like many aspects in this sport, which is something that I never knew, because growing up, I never been a competitor. I never been an athlete. So I had to learn anything from the bottom. And I took a lot from that fight. I learned a lot from that fight. And I'm keep learning. I think what has changed is just me, the young fighter, improving, because despite my age, I'm still very young, sport-wise. You know, I just started this fighting like 7 years ago, so I think I still have a big pace of improvement in my game, and that's what make me believe in myself. And think I can do something very big in this sport, because other than other guys, I still have a big space of improvement. Like even right now, I'm not fighting, but just for the past few months, been training, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, those stuff, and understand something, and found it very passionate, because it was a thing that I didn't know before. And you know, and it's very excited to see how more I can improve, And I
Well,
think
we want to know, how much have you improved? Because you haven't had a chance to show your ground game at all. You're knocking dudes out 1 minute, 40 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever. How much better are you on the ground these days?
that's what I want to. That's what I want to prove. That's what I want to really check.
All right, all right. I can't wait to see it. Well, look, you've been staying busy in this wait period as you wait for the next shot at the title. You're the global brand ambassador with Nocco USA, doing the no carb, no sugar energy drinks. I sampled the stuff, quality stuff here. Tell me about this partnership. How'd this come together for you?
How it comes together? It was about my manager. My manager have a relation. Have met with guys from Nocco, and I think they talk about like a potential partnership. But as my manager he knows me. He told them that they still have to figure out and see if it's something that I'm interested about, because I like to be partner with stuff that I believe in. I like to be ambassador for something that I can see myself into. I can attach that to my brand and proudly say, okay, I'm a not like I'm a guarantee, but I believe in this, and so that's when we had to go through the process of Nocco. It was a funny process, and at the end of the day, I was very impressed with what was in it, because it wasn't like a regular energy drink as I used to know, and I found it very interesting, the fact that it was very healthy, sugar-free and stuff, and yeah, I love those stuff, because even as a heavyweight, I need to wash out my weight. I always do, but now more than ever, since I have to cut a few pounds before fight, so I kind of like trying to check everything first. either
Well,
it's a food or a drink. So that's
I've
what
sampled.
that's what I did with Nocco.
I've sampled it and I enjoyed it. I'm waiting for the Predator flavor. What flavor would that be?
What flavor would that be? I think they have done the tropical flavor already, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna be something with kind of like with passion fruit.
Yes.
You know,
I can see that. Very passionate drink there. I love that. What are your plans for the partnership for 2021?
My plan, obviously, to grow with the brand. Since I mean that's the goal of our association, to grow with the brand, to make it to well represent the brand, and then to promote, yes, to promote the brand, and also let some people know that there can be an energy drink and healthy drink.
I love it. I love it. All right. What's going on with your foundation and what you're doing with MMA Africa? You're always looking to give back, and I love the origins of your story and how hard you fought. What does this project do for you emotionally? Well, tell me about this.
It's a personal project, it's something that I'm happy to do. It's something that remind me that no matter what's going on in my life, actually I'm doing good at the point that I'm capable of helping others, since I was the one needed that help no long ago. It makes me feel safe, feel I would say, yeah, accomplish, to be able to give to someone what I wanted someone to give me a few years ago. I think it's something very different for me, and I enjoy that. But also, I would like to see kids there like believe more in themselves. Like it's kind of like some sort of personal development. It's just to allow them to believe in themselves. After all, because the problem with those kind of city, those village, the small village in small country, is because like people really easily give up because it's tough, it's difficult, and then they give up. Yes, it's difficult, but difficult doesn't always mean impossible. And this is the main idea that we want to push that to the kids, that is always possible, as long as you can fall and as long as you can stand up, no matter how much you fall, you can you stay in the race, and you
Well,
can still even win.
you're the perfect example of this for inspiration for what you can do. I mean, I love the point in your background where you moved to France, you want to become a fighter, you're living in the car, you're just getting by. How do you hold that vision of what you want to become so tightly when you have nothing? What got you through that?
I think that was a gift, because no matter what situation I was into, I always have this thing in me, like believe strongly that it's gonna happen. Why? How? I didn't have any clue, but I just have a feeling that it's obvious, it's happening, it's gonna happen. When? I don't know, you know. So I think I have this the gift of believing in myself, which is something very huge if you have to take a look at it as it stands, because when I always think that somebody who has a self-believing, who has hope, I always think for him success is a matter of time, because when you have those things with you, those fire in you, it keep you going even when you're exhausted, even when you're tired. It just keep you going, and you don't even realize you don't even realize feel the fatigue, or you don't even see the obstacles. You just keep going like a robot, and that's something who has helped me a lot. I mean, I, I cannot take credit of some of those things, because he was sometimes I still don't even understand myself why I keep believe at some point being where I was. But what I do know is I believed strongly about it, and it's I think that was my gift.
Yeah, you've got the gift of hard work, perseverance. You've also got the gift of the kind of power we cannot explain. How do you explain the fact that when you touch people, they go away in disastrous fashion? Did the lightning bolt hit your hand at the right time? What happened here?
I don't know. So sometimes I'm kind of like surprised by myself. Like, okay, that's it. Like, what went wrong? But obviously, that's it.
All right. Well, Francis, humor me for a second, because we want you to fight Stipe. If you win the title, it's the biggest moment of your career. We want you to fight John Jones. All of us media fans, we play matchmaker. There's a guy who people really, really want you to fight. His name is Anthony Rumble Johnson. And I talked to Rumble this year. I said, what about you at heavyweight one day with Ngannou? Bombs away, brother. He said, I would love that challenge. Does that kind of fight interest you when you can get maybe the second biggest knockout puncher against the first biggest knockout puncher and see what happens?
Yeah, I would very be interested about that fight. Rambo Johnson is a guy that I respect a lot. I know him as a person, and I admire him as a person, And he will be great anyway, either way, to like share octagon with him, no matter if he's for the title or not. But you have to be realistic right now. Keep having a dream fight while you don't have a fight right now. I mean, I don't have a control on the present. I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know what's my next step. Yes, of course. Even beyond Rambo Johnson, I still have some dreams, some expectation, but I have to stay focused and realistic and deal with the situation right now. But obviously, that question pops up before, and I'll be down for that fight. It'll be such a great fight, and it'll be such an honor to fight Rambo Johnson. He's a good guy.
Right.
I consider the man as a friend, and I will fight him as well.
Oh, wow. Wow. Bob's away. You get me fired up over here. Francis Ngannou, maybe the future heavyweight champion of the world. We want to find out. I hope you get that fight. I know you'll be ready. Congratulations on everything you're doing with your foundation and MMA Africa and everything you're doing with Nocco USA as the global brand ambassador. It's been a pleasure to chat with you. If you can give me one word of what we should expect when you do touch gloves with Stipe Miocic for the second time with that heavyweight title at stake, 2021. What's the one word we can expect from that?
He will be different this time.
All right. I cannot wait to see, sir. Thank you for your time. Continue
Thank
to
you, Brian.
do.
I appreciate your time as well. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.